We had another incident, and look, I will tell you this. I don't blame Angel Reese for being mad because Bree Hartley pulls Angel Reese's hair. Okay? However, you can be mad and you don't have to lose complete control.
Another night of WNBA action delivered headlines no box score could ever capture. A single tug of braided hair turned an ordinary rebound into a viral chaos reel, sending Angel Reese into a spiral that overshadowed every stat she racked up. Some call it passion, others label it reckless, but behind the highlight reels and dramatic side eyes hides a deeper question. How much reality TV can the league tolerate before respect for the sport cracks under the weight of one player's antics?
At their home court. Now, her name may be Angel, but she's far from God, okay? Because this was a very spicy game. It was giving very passionate, it was giving aggressive, it was giving tenacity, being ferocious. Because why Angel Reese pressed both Bria Hartley, Olivia Nelson-Ododa, and Tina Charles, okay? Because Bria Hartley accidentally grabbed one of her braids. How do you accidentally pull somebody's hair? Now, come on now. Specifically on a play like that, you're supposed to be guarding somebody. Angel Reese trying to go up for a layup or whatever she was doing, and like Bria Hartley just grabbed one of her pigtails, one of her braids that was braided down to her her waist. And Angel Reese, of course, she had the right to react the way that she did.
One tug, one meltdown, and suddenly the Sky's biggest storyline isn't a win, but the storm Reese carries from arena to arena. This isn't just about a triple-double or a flagrant foul. It's about a superstar who demands to be both hero and victim, and a league caught in the crossfire of her constant headlines. Hit the like button, smash subscribe, and drop enough drama in the comments if turning basketball into a soap opera should come with consequences. What really unfolded after that hair tug stunned even most loyal fans, and the next chapter pulls no punches.
And she's going to pull Angel Reese's hair. Oh, here we go again. All right. And you see Angel Reese pushed Olivia Nelson-Ododa, Nelson-Ododa right there. There's the hair pull. Now watch her just walk in to separate, and she has to lose her mind.
One rebound should never spark a meltdown capable of hijacking an entire post-game narrative. Yet that's exactly what unfolded when Bria Hartley's fingers grazed a single braid, trailing down Angel Reese's back. In the flash of a camera shutter, routine defense twisted into an on-court wrestling match more fit for a reality show than a professional league. Braids whipped through the air, side eyes sharper than elbows, and a crowd left questioning if this was the next viral highlight or the latest stain on the Sky's already fragile chemistry.
Angel Reese, why does she get so tough with the little ones? Why does Angel Reese act like this big, tough, and rugged chick when it comes to the small people? You know, she likes to get at the smaller people on the court, but when a bigger person steps to her, she gets a little bit more timid and meek.
Hartley's reach might have been accidental, but the chain reaction felt like deja vu for fans already exhausted by Reese's pattern. Provoke, explode, pretend innocence. Even commentators struggled to keep pace, stumbling between calling it competitive fire and outright chaos. One simple yank turned hardwood hustle into the WNBA's new viral soap opera, leaving everyone guessing how many more storms follow this single, unassuming tug. And yet, the real controversy was only warming up for its next twist.
Now, Angel Reese today had a triple-double, and the world is probably going to explode on that. She had 11 assists, two turnovers only, which is actually pretty impressive. Her teammates obviously made some shots. She was only 2 of 7 from the field. So she shot 28.5% from the field to end up with her, 10, 11 points or whatever it was. And she got most of her points from the free throw line. But that wasn't the story of her game today against Connecticut.
The stat sheet glowed with a shiny triple-double, but beneath those double digits hid a shooting percentage that would make even rookie nerves blush. 11 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. On paper, a night worth praise. Yet behind the confetti headlines lurked a bricklaying spree that kept the rim busier than the scoreboard. 2 made shots from 7 attempts, yet somehow the chaos overshadowed the numbers, spinning a narrative of greatness where efficiency had left the building. Commentators lined up to anoint Reese the night's hero, crafting a fairy tale where hustle erased tantrums and free throws masked on-court chaos. Meanwhile, legitimate high scorers like Caitlin Clark took more elbows than praise, dropping clean 30s with a fraction of the drama, but none of the fanfare. In this version of the WNBA, a triple-double delivered alongside a meltdown trumps clean stats delivered with class. The stat line got used as a shield, deflecting criticism of antics that threatened to drown any real basketball conversation. And while the league kept handing out flowers, critics couldn't help but wonder if the roses covered a growing rot.
The story of her game today was hair pull. The hair pulling. And her reaction to her hair being pulled. And now, in a vacuum, I actually don't have much issue with the reaction that she had from her hair being pulled. I really don't. Can't say I have any issue with her reaction, just being real. What I have an issue with is her being such a hypocrite, because she's a hypocrite.
One meltdown would be easy to brush off as raw emotion in the heat of competition, but Angel Reese's pattern tells a different tale. This wasn't the first time braids turned into weapons on her watch, nor the first scuffle that conveniently painted her as both instigator and innocent bystander. Time and again, she flaunts an image of fearless enforcer, throwing elbows at smaller guards, jawing at rookies, then flipping the script when the tables turn.
So lads, today we're going to be talking about the Sun and Sky game, and the Sky got their third win of the season, putting them to third last in the W, which isn't, like, they're 3-7. They're not good. Like, they're almost certainly not going to make playoffs. But at the end of the day, look, it's not like they're not going to be a half a game off the Mystics if the Mystics lose today. We also really want the Mystics to win today.
Critics point to clips where Reese herself yanked opponents' hair during college matchups, yet now stands outraged when the tug comes back around. Fans watching from the cheap seats can't miss the double standard, toughness when dishing it out, tears when it's returned. Even teammates have learned to step aside when her fuse sparks, knowing one misstep could drag the whole squad into the center ring of her personal drama circus.
Trying to be the peacemaker, trying to, be the de-escalator. She got pushed. Angel Reese pushed her about it. She said, I ain't trying to hear none of that. Run the fade right now. You done pulled my hair. You know what you did. You did it on purpose. And then Tina Charles, okay? Who's supposed to be like, the calm, cool, collected one, the more mature one, the one who got like all the skills and just the foresight, the wisdom. She's older, she's mature, she's been in the season for this is her 16th, 17th season in the W. Tina Charles pressed Angel Reese, they look like they was about to jump.
This contradiction keeps fueling her image. Victim when convenient, villain when it sells. And while the league smiles for the cameras, the message sent by this two-faced routine echoes louder than any box score ever could. Every new game feels less like a competitive showdown and more like a fresh episode in the Angel Reese show. This script writes itself. A pre-game stare, a mid-game scuffle, a dramatic ejection threat, and a post-game soundbite that trends before fans even reach their cars. Coaches try to dial it down, teammates pretend calm, but the pattern never breaks. Her every glare becomes a meme, her every shove earns a viral clip, and the Sky's actual basketball ambitions sink behind the curtain of controversy.
You see this play. You got Angel Reese going up for a rebound.
We mentioned the physicality
Then here comes the player behind her.
and that last possession.
She's got her left hand right here on a braid of Angel Reese. Yanks that shit. I want the ball.
The contact being let go.
And Angel Reese throws her hand out. I get that. I get all that. This is where she goes a little bit, does her thing a little too much.
This time, I think it was accidental.
So Nelson Odota is separating him. She's not pushing Angel Reese. And Angel Reese is acting like she's so big and tough.
One moment, she's the self-appointed enforcer. The next, a misunderstood hero pleading for fair treatment. It's a cycle that keeps highlight reels buzzing and social feeds flooded, yet the scoreboard often says otherwise. Opposing teams have caught on, baiting her into technicals, turning her combustive energy into free points and easy runs. Meanwhile, the league quietly reaps the clicks while pretending not to notice the credibility slipping away. For Reese, this circus isn't an accident, it's the plan. Stir the pot, grab the headlines, then play the victim when the fallout hits. And while that drama keeps the spotlight burning bright, it leaves fans asking a simple question: where's the basketball in all this chaos?
Hartley, and then Reese just with a big reaction, and Tina Charles, being the vet that she is, going to stick up for her team.
No meltdown unfolds in silence when Angel Reese is involved, but the outrage machine seems rigged to run only in her favor. Pundits who once dissected every eye roll from other stars now bend backward to label her outbursts as passion or misunderstood grit. When Caitlin Clark absorbs elbows and cheap shots, headlines praise her composure. But when Reese swings first, the narrative shifts to hero defending honor. One glance at social media shows the double standard carved in neon lights. Clips of Reese lunging at smaller players spark threads of applause for her toughness, while similar clips from rivals ignite calls for suspensions and fines. Even within the broadcast booth, the spin stays consistent. Dramatic spun as leadership, chaos repackaged as flair. This protective bubble feeds her reality show script, ensuring every new dust-up guarantees a fresh news cycle and another round of excuses. Meanwhile, real basketball conversations suffocate under gossip columns and trending hashtags. For those paying close attention, this isn't bias by accident. It's deliberate framing that sells clicks while sacrificing integrity. And if unchecked, the game risks becoming just another stage for unearned headlines.
You're my darling. I'm scrolling through the Twitter streets. You guys know how I do. Pedal to the metal. I got a lead foot. It is what it is, but I see something off in the distance, and it is a sign. And that sign says, more of a billboard, if you will. It says, Chicago Sky's Angel Reese directly addresses major criticism about her game. Now, my initial thoughts, my initial reactions is, why are we addressing criticisms about our game? Shouldn't we be working on our game? Shouldn't we be in the training facility? Shouldn't we be in the practice facility? Shouldn't we be in the gym? Shouldn't we be doing something that, I don't know, enhances our game?
Behind the highlight reels and post-game quotes, subtle cracks have started to show in the carefully polished image. Teammates caught on camera turning backs during live possessions speak louder than 1,000 hashtags. Footage from recent matchups reveals open teammates refusing to pass, eyes rolling mid-play, and subtle shrugs that signal frustration boiling just beneath the surface. A locker room once sold as a sisterhood now leaks hints of silent resentment, with body language telling stories the stat sheet hides. Even loyal fans have begun flooding comment sections with doubts, questioning if the chaos overshadows the craft. Chants once roaring with excitement now sometimes echo with sarcasm when another technical foul halts momentum. Opposing crowds feed off the spectacle, weaponizing her own temper against her squad. Every overreaction hands rivals free throws. Every sideline drama saps focus from winnable games. While the front office still clings to jersey sales and trending tabs, whispers grow louder. No win comes easy when every game doubles as a public meltdown. The longer this act drags on, the clearer it becomes. Patience runs thinner than the excuses that once protected the chaos.
A bit more unhinged than I actually thought, to be fair. This is a little bit more concerning than I actually thought.
Beneath every viral clip and sideline stare down lurks a problem far bigger than one player's tantrums. The WNBA has positioned itself as a rising force, promising next-generation role models, intense competition, and respect for the women redefining pro basketball. Yet every hair tug, every brawl, every shrug from the league office chips away at that promise. Allowing chaos to masquerade as passion without clear consequences sets a precedent no rulebook can fix later. Quiet fines and whispered warnings do little when games start resembling reality TV more than a championship hunt. Sponsors might love the engagement spikes, but credibility erodes when rough play and excuses replace highlight reels of true skill.
This is a team that they might say that they get along. They might say that they're all friends and everything's fine in the locker room, but yikes, come on, look at that. Alicia Gray's back's turned to the play. Brianna Jones is face guarding Camila Cardoso, and Rachel Banham just refuses to give Angel Reese the ball, and the Chicago Sky get a shot clock violation. I'm not sure what's going on over there in Chicago.
Young fans watch, absorbing the message. Act out first, apologize later, and watch the headlines grow. Players who grind in silence for respect get overshadowed by manufactured drama in custom sneakers. Critics argue the league must choose, chase fleeting virality, or anchor itself in the same standard of discipline the NBA enforces without apology. Because in the end, every reckless scuffle allowed unchecked shapes what women's basketball becomes in the eyes of those tuning in for the first time.
Last year, you made a powerful statement saying the reason people are watching women's basketball is not just because of one player, but because of you too.
I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too.
A year later, do you feel like you're
Next
giving
question.
Angel Reese can't proudly accept the role of the villain, then beg people for sympathy. You can't complain about mythical racism. You can't create stories of fake racism that get exposed, then ask people to feel sorry for you.
When the final buzzer echoes through an empty arena and the last trending hashtag fades into digital dust, only one question clings to the name Angel Reese carved into this league. Does the legacy rest on stat lines and banners or the chaos left behind? Triple-doubles can't forever hide the fact that raw talent, when buried under layers of drama, leaves more confusion than respect. Years from now, fans won't replay grainy clips of technical fouls and hair pulls with pride. They'll shake heads at how easily potential got swapped for spectacle.
Caitlin Clark is more mature. Caitlin Clark has decorum.
Caitlin Clark obviously is jet fuel to its popularity.
Caitlin Clark is far better of a basketball player and has made such a tremendous impact in a greater number, more so than Angel Reese. Everybody knows that. Her college career was better. The stadium sales, the WNBA popularity has gone up because Caitlin Clark.
The Chicago Sky, once positioned to build around promise, now juggle nightly soap operas more distracting than any injury report. Meanwhile, true standouts who elevate the game with quiet grind and fearless play, like Caitlin Clark, shoulder the burden of proving the WNBA's worth, while noise hogs the spotlight. There lies the ultimate tragedy: brilliance diluted by theatrics, passion misbranded as petulance. One career's future now teeters on a balance between rewriting the narrative or milking the circus until the league says enough. For those watching, this story writes itself. Either greatness reclaims the headline, or the meltdown becomes the headline forever. Drop enough drama. In the comments, hit like, subscribe, and stick around for the next deep dive, because this saga is far from its final chapter.